Get mantra and meditation MP3s at JasonGallant.ca. A real obstacle that many people face on this spiritual journey is that instead of focusing on the freedom that exists in every one moment, they focus on the suffering. As if by somehow focusing on the suffering will cause it to disappear, right? So where you turn your attention depending on where you choose to turn this attention will depend on what your experience of this moment will be. A lot of times we'll we'll address students, and I've been one of these people. They're called the but students. You show them a moment of freedom within them, an experience, and then immediately they follow the mind and say, but, what about this thing that I have going on in my life, and how do I fix my car, and they try to bring everything back to their problems instead of focusing on evolving their experience first and foremost, and then trusting that wisdom will come to them from doing so. You see, your mind will always try to convince you that your physical problems in life are more important than your freedom. Which is why many people who are on the spiritual journey have spent many decades with this never-ending list of problems and experiences therein. And at some point they feel like a hamster on a wheel that they're just never getting off until they change their focus. The freedom is right here if you choose to accept it. It's like a Mission Impossible mission. Except nothing's going to explode, right? If you choose to accept this natural fact that freedom is here, even with the problems of life and so forth, but the experience of freedom is also here with you, it can bring tremendous benefits. Because no matter how much you argue, no matter how much you throw a tantrum, one thing is for sure. Every question you have and every concern you have is about your experience of life. The problems only matter so much because they diminish your experience, correct? So if we go to the source of the issue itself, it is, how do we elevate your experience regardless of what's happening around you? And when your experience internally is elevated, then the events of life are far less challenging to deal with. Because you're not looking to life to provide you with this freedom which exists within you. The freedom is already there. So as we sit here, some small part of you may feel this freedom, this vastness that you are, this expansive you. It is okay to reside in that. Let go of the mind for a moment, let go of the questions, let go of the never-ending problem solving. There is no problem. The mind always wishes to convince you otherwise, though. The mind will come up with all sorts of problems, and eventually, and you may have found this, the mind will say you're the problem. And come up with stupid questions like, solve yourself. Don't be whatever you are. You should be different, right? It's like one of those unsolvable problems in computer programming. And it keeps you stuck in this loop of solving your essence. How do you even do that? So it's a trick. It's a trick of the mind to keep you enslaved, to keep you stuck in the mind. So the best way to chop the head off of the entire thing is to stop solving problems. Just take a break from it for a moment. And this is where your meditation comes in. There is just life moving through you, but your input is not needed. It will continue without your mind's integration or manipulation. Peace will grow in this fertile ground. So remember, you could never solve yourself. You are not a problem. I hope this helps you on your spiritual journey. Take care for now. Are you interested in working with a spiritual teacher in a formal setting? Well, perhaps the Wisdom Life School is for you. If you're interested in checking out what the Wisdom Life School is all about, just go to aratima.com.